There we go. Alright, I need a random ass fucking clip or some shit. Fuck, hold on. I don't know how to fucking use AE. Let me find a clip real quick. Uh, Alright, I got a clip. Pick a random ass scene. Oh wait, fuck. I hate when this shit happens. Fuck it, I'll use this scene. Fuck. Drag it all the way to the beginning. Alright, so how, do you want me to show you how to Twix? Oh, I stopped the stream so, I can find a clip. Do you want me to show you how to Twix? Or Twixter? Alright. So usually what I do is I cut frame by frame, but I do it like an easy way. So you know if you click page up or like down page on your keyboard, it like goes keyframe by keyframe instead of having to drag this shit like this. You can just I don't know if you can notice that, but it's an easier way to do it, and then I can just cut easy as fuck. So every frame or every frame that like you see movement. Like there's a little bit of movement in this frame, but it's just like a dead frame. Like he doesn't move at all. So like to keep the flow good, or like to keep the Twixter from having still frames, I'll cut these frames off. Or I'm pretty sure you know how Twix cutting works. Alright, so now that I have all these clips, I click the bottom clip first. Like yeah, necessarily I click the bottom clip first for a reason. Click the top one, drag it all the way back, right click, keyframe assistant, and then sequent layers, and then just click OK, and then it brings all the clips together. That's not the Twix, but that's how I get the clip ready to put Twix on it. So that's how it should look. And then once you have all your frames cut and put together, select them all, right click, pre-compose, and you always want to pre-compose with adjust to duration to time span, unless the clip is too short. Because if the clip is too short, you don't want to click this. And then see, like if you click this, it stops where the clip stops. But if you uncheck mark this and you click OK, you can like drag it this far out over here, cut it, and then you can like have a time. You can fuck with the timer map, and then
Yeah.
I can get it all the way fucking over here. And now the clip's longer. All right, so if that makes sense. So now I cut it where it ended. Cut all the other bullshit off. All right, so I'm gonna twix the beginning of this, and then these last two frames, I'm just gonna like cut them off because there's too much movement and it'll warp. And plus, it'll look better because at the end of the clip, you'd usually want your twixter to go faster. So to make sure these like are on there and they won't warp, I'm just gonna put them on there plain, but they'll still look fast. So once I put the twixter on there, on this one, I have a twixter preset. I'll send this twixter preset to you, and then I just slap this on there, and then I put RSMB on twixter. I don't use RSMB or motion blur at all whenever I edit. The only type of RSMB or motion blur that I use is on my twixter, and I barely put like any. So this one's 0.30 and this one's 40 sensitivity. And then after I put my Twix on there, I'll uh I'll pre-compose. Control Alt T, bring up your timer map, and then yeah, just timer map. Usually I have my graph like somewhat like this. Not too sharp, not too loose. Just where it's slow in the middle and fast at the ends. Got that. See how this looks with the Twixter. Yeah, but that's how I do my Twix. This looks kind of weird. Let's see. That looks more weird. So yeah, this looks a little bit better. But yeah, you can see what I mean with the where it won't warp right here. And that's how I usually do most of my flow. Because if it was like punching, and you see how his punch is kind of going in the right direction, I would do like a slide transition right there or some shit, and then it'll go on to like the next clip. And then the next clip would be like, I don't know, Takamichi doing some 540 spin kick or whatever. And now after that's how I do my Twix. I'm gonna show you how I do my scale. This is how I scale. Usually I do 150 or damn it, I didn't mean to do that. I go 150, but if I'm trying to do like a deeper scale or if it's like a normal scale, usually I use 150 for flow edits and like glitch edits. But if I'm doing some type of scale edit, then I set it to 250. Click the stopwatch. Most of the time I don't like scale in at the end, and I usually just like stop it right here, and then I'll graph it like this. Drag the bottom one all the way over to the left. Drag the top one down, and like a little bit above the line, as you can see, or yeah, a little bit above the line where it's not touching, and a little bit to the right. Yeah, and there's that. And then if I wanted to do like a zoom in after this, I would go one, two, or one, two, three keyframes back, and then I would set this to like 250 again, and then go to the graph editor, fix this, have it like right there. This one for this side all the way to the right, drag this one down, and like right there. Yeah, like that. And this is how I do my scale. And then if I was to do a zoom in, zoom out, I would set this to 90. I would set this to 115. I set this to 115 or wait. Yeah, okay. I set this to 115 because usually people set theirs to like fucking 144, and I feel like that's too far. So if you I set this to 90 and then this to 115, and then I'll set this to like 100, but I'll put a warp at the end. So it like makes the zoom out look better. And then I'll show you how to do my warp outs, like my fisheye warp outs. And then yeah, I set this to 100. And then how the graph would be for the zoom in, zoom out, I would drag this one like around this area, drag this one up, and then have it like right here. Maybe I'll adjust this one further depending how it looks, but like that. And for the zoom out, I'll have it like this. and then motion tile. You obviously need motion tile. That's how I do my zoom ins. And then how I do my warp outs is I have a preset for my warp outs, but I'll show you. Usually I drag an adjustment layer over around like 5 frames. I add my warp out preset that I made by Dev. Fisheye. Alright. So I'm gonna send you this preset, but after I send you this, make sure the warp out keyframe is like uh the negative 100. Make sure it's one keyframe like back from the end. Make sure it's like not all the way at the end like this. But yeah, and then warp out should look like, well, you can't really see because the clip doesn't let you see, but this is how I do my warp outs. The graph looks like this. I'll send this to you. I'll send the preset to you. All right, and how I do my warpy ass shakes. All right, I also have a preset for the shakes, but I use turbulence on AE, but on SVP I use wave warp, and then I put 2 wave warps on SVP, and then I put them and I make sure they're both going in opposite directions, so it gives this kind of ripple effect. But for AE it's a lot easier. I'll send this preset to you also, but this is my shake. Yeah. I guess that kind of makes my edits look hella warpy. It is kind of a warpy ass shake. And then one framers at the end. I'll show you how to do like some one framers that I do at the end. I actually I'll send you some of these presets by the way, cause usually my one framers are saved as presets. See if you bought the dev pack, you get a lot more. So usually what I do like at the end of clips, some I have all these are all like my one frame presets. You've probably seen them in my edits. This is the that ball shit, or no, like the pixelated shit that I do sometimes. Usually I add this before the clip, never like at the beginning of the clip like this, cause it kind of looks weird, but always at the end. And then usually uh I do offset at a lot. I use offset a shit ton. So I'll send you this offset preset. This is usually what I use. And then I'll usually slap this at the very end of clips. Sometimes I put it at the beginning of clips, depending what the clip before it was. But you can like slap it on there, and usually add it at the end and at the beginning of clips, and then you can like experiment with it and see how you use it because offset is hella useful. Offset is good as fuck. So this is another one frame that I have. It's kind of like an invert one frame. If it'll load, there you go. Oh, it's hella bright, but you can turn off the invert and all that, and that's how it looks. I know you've probably seen this before. Yeah, that's also one frame. I usually put this at the end of clips. Hold on, yeah. Let me. Yeah, that's how it kind of looks warpy. So those are some of the one frames I use. I have like 2 more that I didn't show you, but kind of irrelevant. Uh, this is how I do like a warp transition. I guess it's kind of like a transition. It's more like a one frame, but I have a preset for it. Distort 2 framer. I know it's s underscore distort RGB. It's an effect. So I add a 2 frame adjustment layer before the clip. I always do this before the clip. So a 2 framer adjustment layer, I put it down, and then I go to the beginning of the adjustment layer, then I put the preset on, and then it's just 2 frames of distort RGB, and then it gives it kind of like a warp looking effect before it transitions to the next clip, and it really goes well with my shakes. You can't really see it because this clip is hella fast at the end, but yeah, it's distort. That's also how I get some of my shit looking warpy. Some other shit that I do for like slide transitions. All right, this is really uh yeah, okay. So I use C on SVP. I just use normal slide, and then I use a warp preset I have on SVP to make the slides look weird. But on AE, it's hella easier because you can just use a CC scale wipe, and I have a preset for this. But it's like a warpy type slide. So it like slides, but it's warpy. Look, I can adjust it right here. I'll send you this preset, but I'll show you how to do it right now. But this is how it looks. All right. So this is how you do it. I'm gonna start from scratch. So put on CC scale wipe. It's called CC scale wipe in AE. Slap it on there. So you it depend. You can do it like an up and down. You can make it slide up or y-axis, and then you can make it slide on the x-axis. So you for the y-axis, you can just set this to like 0, and then you can see it's up. And then for the x-axis, set it to 90. And then this is important right here. So whatever side you want it to slide on, you'd want to set it there. So I want it to slide on this side. And then you turn this up, and then yeah. But you make sure to put this on a side though. See, if I have it like up on this side and do that, it'll warp on the other side. If I want to do it on the Y, I would set this to 0, the direction to 0, and then I would see. So yeah, so after you do that, I'm gonna do a Y right here. Set this back to 90. So around like there, click the stopwatch for stretch. After you have it stretched to whatever amount you want it to be, go kind of like towards the end of the clip, like around here. I usually go in this area of the clip that I use. So if the clip was like this long, if the clip was like this long, I would stop it like right here. But I'm stopping it right here. Set that to 0. Press U. F9 it. Easy ease. Go to the graph editor. Drag drag this a little bit forward, like around here, and then drag this all the way down like this. All the way to the left, all the way down to this thick black line. And then yeah, that's how you do the warp slide. Shit. Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, that's how I do my this is how I do my warp stuff. But yeah, I'll send you the presets for the shakes and all that. And then I'll send you this video that I'm fucking recording right now. Oh yeah, and also I'll send you some of my CCs. This is the one that I mainly use. And I have a quality booster that I can send you. Hey bro, I'm doing all this because I lagged on on sending those clips. So that's why I got you. And then booster. This is my quality booster. Detail, preservation, upscale, sharpen, and unsharp mask. I'm pretty sure you heard of all those. Yeah, but that's how I do my warp and my transitions and all that.